it comes to social media, it's nearly impossible to be unbiased. With so many different types of content coming towards you, it can be easy to think that you're covering all your bases, especially when you're on multiple platforms. However, this just isn't true. There are far too many news stories on the internet, and stumbling across all of them just isn't possible. You see, even when you try to diversify your newsfeed, it can still be hard to get rid of that slight bias you might not even notice. So, the question is, why not? Well, it's actually because you're trapped in something known as the filter bubble. And if you don't think you are, that's alright. Almost everyone on the internet is trapped in the filter bubble. But the thing is, a lot of times, most people don't even realize it. All this begs the question, what even is a filter bubble? It's technically not a bubble, but rather an algorithm inside the social media platform that helps determine what to show you. It takes note of all the posts you like, comment on, and share. Even posts that you stop on for a few seconds just to look at. You see, it takes all of these things into consideration while deciding what pops up on your feed. Of course, these algorithms also collect quite a bit of information, and thus know a lot about you. They know what things you like, where you go to eat, and can even know your political affiliation. At first glance, it can be easy to justify this bias. After all, with so much information on the internet, there needs to be some way to filter it. And with this algorithm, you know you'll be seeing things that you like. This filter is also very helpful to the platforms that use them. When you see more things that you like, you're more likely to stay on the platform, as opposed to when you see things you might disagree with. The more time you spend on social media, the better it is for the company. Many people see filter bubbles as a predictable outcome of the modern world, and don't have much of an issue with them. However, there's a very dark side to these filter bubbles. These filters tend to isolate the user, not exposing them to anything they don't already show interest in. This means that when they're looking at news stories, they almost never see the other side of the conversation, instead creating a false reality in their head, where what they see is all that's considered real. This is kind of dangerous for a lot of reasons, but mostly because it blurs the line of what people think of as fact. Filter bubbles don't always need to be related to news, though. One prime example of filter bubbles on social media is that of the TikTok For You page. In case you're not familiar, the For You page is a collection of posts that TikTok thinks might interest you. A little while ago, people started to notice the difference in their For You pages, and decided to name the different bubbles. The two main sides are called alt and straight TikTok. The alt side is seen as having more alternative fashion and song choice, while the straight side is seen as being more dance and beauty oriented. While there are many sides to TikTok, and everyone's For You page is unique to them, all users generally fall into these two main sides. Now that we know what filter bubbles are, the question is, what can we do to pop them? Unfortunately, it's not a simple solution. You see, just telling someone they're in a filter bubble will hardly ever do anything. A lot of times, they either won't care, or they'll just get mad at you for suggesting such a thing. Even if people do listen to you and do try to get out, you have to remember, the filter bubble is an algorithm that has coded what will show up on your social media pages. Just knowing it exists won't help you get out of it. Acknowledging that the filter bubble is real and seeing it as an inherent bias is only the first step to getting out of your bubble. The next is to actively seek ways to break your bubble. Look at pages you might not normally see. Be comfortable with challenging your own ideas. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help someone else find their way out of their bubble too. But for now, I encourage you to break the system and break your bubble.